Before we begin, this video is not financial advice. It is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Always do your own research and consider speaking with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions. And if you enjoy simple, no-hype breakdowns of investing topics, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel right now. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more content like this. Today we're diving deep into JEPQ, the JPMorgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, a fund that has gained massive attention from income-focused investors. So what exactly is JEPQ? JEPQ is an actively managed exchange-traded fund launched in May 2022 by JPMorgan Asset Management. Unlike traditional index ETFs that simply track an index like the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq 100, JEPQ uses an active strategy. That means professional portfolio managers make decisions about which stocks to hold and how to implement its income strategy. At its core, JEPQ focuses on large-cap growth stocks, mainly those found in the Nasdaq 100 index. This includes some of the biggest and most influential technology-driven companies in the world, companies like Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, and Tesla. These companies are known for innovation, strong revenue growth, and dominant positions in their industries. By investing in them, JEPQ provides exposure to the tech-heavy Nasdaq universe. But here's where JEPQ becomes different from a typical Nasdaq ETF like QQQ. In addition to owning stocks, JEPQ also generates income by selling call options, a strategy commonly known as covered calls. Let's break that down in simple terms. When you sell a call option, you're giving someone else the right, but not the obligation, to buy a stock from you at a specific price before a certain date. In exchange for giving them that right, you collect a payment up front. That payment is called a premium. JEPQ uses a structured equity-linked note strategy to gain exposure to these options, which helps generate consistent income from option premiums. These premiums are one of the key drivers behind JEPQ's higher yield. So where does JEPQ's income come from? There are two main sources. First, dividends from the stocks it owns. Second, premiums collected from selling call options. By combining these two income streams, JEPQ aims to provide monthly distributions to investors. That monthly payout is one of the main reasons investors are attracted to this ETF. Historically, JEPQ has offered a relatively high yield compared to traditional growth ETFs. Depending on market conditions, the yield has often been significantly higher than standard index funds. However, it's important to understand that yield is not guaranteed and can fluctuate based on market volatility, stock performance, and options pricing. Now let's talk about the trade-offs. Because JEPQ sells call options, it gives up some upside potential in exchange for income. If the Nasdaq experiences a powerful rally and tech stocks surge dramatically, JEPQ may not capture the full upside. That's because the call options it sold may limit gains above certain price levels. In other words, in extremely strong bull markets, a pure growth ETF might outperform JEPQ. However, in flat or moderately rising markets, the income from options can help boost total returns, and in down markets, the option premiums may provide some cushion against losses. This is why many investors see JEPQ as a hybrid strategy, something between pure growth and income investing. Another factor to consider is volatility. Because of the covered call strategy, JEPQ may experience slightly lower volatility compared to a pure Nasdaq ETF. The income generated from options can smooth returns somewhat, though it does not eliminate risk. Now let's talk about taxes. Option premium income is generally taxed as ordinary income rather than qualified dividends. That means in a taxable brokerage account, investors could face higher tax rates compared to traditional qualified dividend-paying stocks. This makes JEPQ potentially more attractive in tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs, depending on your situation. It's also important to remember that JEPQ is actively managed. That means its performance depends not only on the market, but also on the decisions made by its managers. Active management can add value, but it can also introduce additional risk compared to passive index tracking. So who might consider JEPQ? It may appeal to investors who want consistent monthly income, like the idea of exposure to major technology and growth companies, prefer a strategy that generates cash flow even when markets are moving sideways, are comfortable trading some upside potential in exchange for higher yield. On the other hand, JEPQ may not be ideal for investors who are focused purely on maximum long-term capital appreciation, want full participation in strong bull markets, are highly sensitive to tax efficiency in taxable accounts, or prefer low-cost passive index investing only. In simple terms, JEPQ combines Nasdaq-style growth with an income-focused option strategy. It aims to provide regular monthly cash flow while still offering exposure to some of the most innovative companies in the world. But like any investment, it comes with risks. Market downturns can reduce stock values. Option strategies can limit gains. Yields can fluctuate, and no strategy guarantees profits. Before investing, always review the fund's prospectus, understand the strategy, and consider how it fits within your overall portfolio and risk tolerance. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future investing explainers. Comment below and let me know, would you choose income or growth in today's market?